tribal just sucked. We went to rocks, and I'm glad I'm still in the game, but Dante's out, and he was like one of my closest allies, and to see him go really breaks my heart, especially knowing that I don't really have anyone aside from Silas, and then one person who I believe flipped, but I don't know who did. So if we voted together and Dante voted with us, then that means one person flipped from that side. Do you have any clue who did? No, I don't think so. Alright then, because I have no clue. Last night, I was going to vote off Ace, and it would have worked, except somebody flipped. And I believe it was 2 people who flipped, because it wouldn't have tied if, 2 people didn't flip. Because if only one person flipped, and I flipped to get rid of Ace, Ace would have been out. But instead, it was 2 people who flipped. And I can't say that in front of Ace, because if I say that, he'll get suspicious on who I voted for. That was stressful. Yeah, that's more of an understatement, but glad we're all still here. Last night, I was in a tie with Ace, and it went to deadlock, and they had to draw rocks. And Dante drew the gray rock, and honestly, it kind of sucks seeing him go. I didn't really have anything against him personally. It was more against Ace. It's just, I'm glad that he's gone and not one of my allies, because that would just suck if one of them got taken out. So we gotta think, how did it tie? Well, I think 2 people flipped, and I think it was Tori and Silas. What makes you think that? Well, Silas, he obviously voted with the guys. He's much closer with the guys than to us. And I just don't think Naomi would be a person to flip. So that's why I think Tori flipped as well. Huh. Well, I don't think we can jump to conclusions. I think we have to try and, investigate. I think it was Tori who flipped. The reason why I think Tori flipped is because I just don't think Naomi would. I mean, why would Naomi want to vote for, Chuck? That would completely ruin our game. And I think Silas flipped because Silas, he's much closer to the guys. So, I think it was both Tori and Silas who flipped. And honestly, between the 2, I think it's better to get rid of Tori, as Tori's a lot more dangerous than Silas. But either way, if both of them go out, then that'll just be great for me. I think we made the right decision. Yeah, but I don't know. Dante going is actually pretty bad. Yeah, I know, but I think we can be fine. So last night, I decided to vote for Chuck with Tori. And it tied, and it deadlocked, and we went to rocks. And I was scared about going out, but I didn't. I got the good rock. Dante didn't, which kind of sucks because, we were friends since the beginning, but, I mean, I'm just glad to still be in the game, and hopefully, Tori can stick by her word and get me to the end. So I gotta wonder, Dante was talking to you a lot, so was it you who flipped? Honestly, yeah. Well, thank you, I guess. Yeah, well, you shouldn't just thank me. Naomi also voted for Chuck. Wait, what do you mean? Naomi voted for Chuck. No she didn't. What makes you think that? Because if she voted Chuck, he would have gone home, because Silas voted for Chuck as well. No he didn't. He actually came up to us and said that he was fine with voting you off. What? That's not something he would do. I didn't feel bad about throwing Silas under the bus. What he did was very greedy, and it's gonna cost him. So, you know what? If I gotta kind of rat him out, I'm gonna have to do that. I was talking to Naomi about flipping, and she decided to flip, and we were able to tie the vote. Obviously, it didn't work out. Dante's gone, because rocks, Yep, that sucks. So what are you thinking? Well, right now, I think we need to look at who we think can win the game, instead of, threats and whatnot. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I mean, Chuck is a big threat, and I seriously do not like him. I don't like, Silas either, after he just flipped. Yeah, well, I think it's better to take someone like Molly or Autumn out. I am so confused why literally everyone in my guys' alliance is starting to turn on me. First Chuck and now Silas. It's just, I can't trust any of the guys, but I can't trust any of the women because, you know, once I lose a challenge, they're all just gonna take me out because they want a girls' finale. There's no doubt about that. So, I gotta go on like an immunity win streak. That's just kinda how I see myself getting to the end. Welcome to your next immunity challenge. For your challenge, each of you will step up and roll this dice. Your goal is to get the highest number you can. If you score a number higher than the next person, they'll be out. The player that scores the highest number on the dice wins immunity, safe from the vote. Anyways, each of you can step up, and we'll get started. Tori's up first. She scores 2. Chuck's next. He scores 3, beating Tori. Naomi's next. She scores 2, not enough to beat Chuck. Silas is up. He scores 1. That is not enough to beat Chuck. Molly's next. She scores 3, tying with Chuck. Ace is now up. He scores 5. Ace is now in the lead with only Autumn left. If Autumn gets a 6, she wins immunity right here. And she scores 2, meaning Ace has won immunity, safe from the vote. Congratulations, Ace, on winning immunity. You're safe from the vote. As for everyone else, Tribal Council tonight, someone will be the 11th person voted out and the 4th member of our jury. Won't be you. Got nothing else for you guys? Grab your stuff and head back to camp. Well, nice job. Thanks. Winning immunity is a complete relief. Now I'm not going home, they can't target me, they're gonna have to target someone else, and I'm feeling good. Still got my idol, and I'm definitely in a pretty good spot, I think. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to try someone else. Ace winning immunity is one of the worst case scenarios, and I'm not happy that he won because he was gonna be our target, and of course he's immune. So, looks like we're gonna have to try someone else. Alright, I think we should vote for Tori. Tori? Why? Yeah, why? Well, because she's the one who flipped. Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like if we vote for Silas, it wouldn't be a bad choice. I mean, Ace doesn't really get along with him after he flipped, so if we just vote for Silas, we give Ace the satisfaction that he's the one in power, and then we just pull the rug out from under him, and he's done. Yeah, that actually sounds like a better idea. Molly and Chuck frustrate me. They're letting the power get to their head that taking out Silas is a big idea because it gives Ace power, and they can snatch it out from underneath his nose whenever they want. When in actuality, taking Tori out's the most logical thing. She's the one who flipped, she's the one making the moves, and they just don't see that. I do, but they don't. So, if they're not gonna do it, I'm gonna have to do it by myself. So what are you guys doing? Well, we're planning on doing Silas, because I'd assume that's what Ace would want, and, let's just give him all the power. Make him think he's in charge of the vote, and then we just cut him out right when he thinks he has power. Alright, I think I can get behind it. Hey Naomi, what's happening? Well, basically, I talked with Chuck and Molly, and they're fine with voting Silas. Are you cool with it? Yeah. Yeah, sure, I don't really trust him. I mean, I don't trust Molly, and I sure as hell don't trust Chuck, so I don't know if they're telling us the truth, but whatever. Let's just go with it. So right now, the plan is to get rid of Silas, because Silas, he's not really that trustworthy. I mean, it's pretty obvious. He voted for Ace, so if Ace trusted him so much, then therefore I can't trust him, and I want him gone. I think it will happen. The only way I see it not happening is if, you know, either Ace flips and votes off like Chuck or something, or if Silas has the idol. But I don't see that second thing happening because Silas, he's kind of passive. He's not really playing the game. I just don't see him having an idol. Hey, Autumn, what's happening? Well, it's basically, I talked with Chuck and Molly to get rid of Tori. They didn't want to do that, and they want you gone. Why? Well, honestly, I don't know. I told them that it's best to vote off Tori, but they just thought that voting you off would give Ace power, where they can make him think he shouldn't go so hard in immunity challenges, and then just take him out like that. Huh. And you're not voting for me, right? No, I want Tori gone. Yeah, but do we have the numbers? I don't think we do. So I talked with Autumn, and she's telling me my head's on the chopping block, and that Naomi, Ace, Tori, Molly, and Chuck are voting for me. And it's like, why? Like, I voted with her side, and what do Molly and Chuck repay me with? They choose to stab me in the back. Reason for that? I don't understand what the reason is. So, Autumn wants Tori gone. Personally, I want Chuck or Molly gone because they're, betraying me after I literally betrayed Ace, but whatever. I do have the idol. I could save myself, but I don't know. I don't really want to use it, but if I'm in that position where I'm gonna have to use it, I'm gonna have to use it. So, Silas is going? Silas is going. Yeah, I'm pretty sure no one would really miss him. Yep. So all 5 of us just vote for him, and then well, Autumn's not voting with us, but that's fine, because we can just take her out final 6. Yep. Hey, Chuck. Oh, hey, Ace. I kind of wanted to say I'm sorry about, getting in a kind of a fight with you when I probably shouldn't have. I mean, I will admit, you made a big move. It's just, I was just in the heat of the moment. Avery was, my friend, and to see her go just really angered me, and I took it out on you when I probably shouldn't have. Yeah, I do regret doing so, but, I mean, I can't really reverse my decision. Yeah, I think what we should do is just squash the beef and move on from this. Yeah. Apology accepted, man. I know deep down Ace is a good guy, but do I intend to bring him to the end? No. Because he's gonna win. Because he's got this great story, so maybe I'll bring him to Final 5 or 4, but then I gotta get rid of him, because I just do not want to really lose the game because of Ace. So Chuck and Ace were talking, but that worries me, because they just got into an argument. Chuck wanted Ace gone so hard last round, and now their whole reconciliation just really worries me, because it makes me think that Ace is stealing Chuck away from me. And if Chuck is gonna work with Ace more than me, maybe I can't really trust him. Maybe his loyalty with me isn't really there. And maybe he's just been playing me the whole time. But I don't know. I don't think we can flip the vote on him right now because it's a little too late because we're about to go to tribal council in a bit. So I don't know if I can get the votes on him. Let's just hope this goes well tonight. I think it will. I hope it will. Hopefully this vote goes well. Hopefully I live to see tomorrow. And that is by voting off Silas. Hopefully he's going. Everyone's totally fine with it. Except for Autumn, but once Silas is gone, she can go home next. So I think I shouldn't worry. First things first, we'll bring in the members of our jury. Madeline, Avery, and Dante, eliminated at the last tribal council. So Ace, you were in a tie vote, almost going home last night. So how's it feel having immunity? Well, it feels really good, Jeff. Have this immunity necklace around my neck. Feels great. I'm not going home, but I'm gonna keep my radar on because my head could still be on the chopping block in the future. So, Chuck, you were also in the tie with Ace. Do you think that tonight it could be you? Maybe, Jeff, but I don't think it is. I have heard of a plan and I'm hoping it comes to fruition, but I don't think it's gonna be me. So Silas, if it's not Chuck, who else do you think it could be? Well, I think it could be me, Jeff, because I haven't been talking to a lot of people, and nobody's been talking to me, and apparently nobody trusts me, and I honestly, frankly, do not know why. Well, maybe it's because you voted for me. What are you talking about? Well, it's pretty obvious. You know, Tori came up to me and told me, you know, you voted for me. I did not! Tori, what are you talking about? Well, I'm telling the truth. It is the truth. You did vote for Ace. Well, as drama begins, Molly, what do you think? Well, I'm thinking of a scenario where this benefits my game in the future. If I make the right decision, it does benefit my game in the future. If not, it could weaken it. So I just gotta think about what's best for my game moving forward. Well, by the looks of it, it looks like we're at our breaking point. So without further ado, it's time to vote. Naomi, you'll start us off. Drama was certainly made, and let's see how this vote goes. If you really were with me, you would have told me the truth, but instead, you just straight up lied to my face. If you had told me the truth, this wouldn't be happening. Alright, I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now be the time to do so. Oh yeah, Jeff, let's just do this. Let's get this over with, Jeff. I'm gonna be playing it for myself. Alright, thank you. The rules of Survivor state that if a hidden immunity idol is played, any votes cast for that person will not count. This is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Silas will no longer count. I'll read the votes. First vote. Silas does not count. Second vote. Silas does not count. Silas does not count. It's 3 votes Silas, none of them count, 4 votes left. Silas does not count. Silas does not count. That's 5 votes for Silas, none of them count, 2 votes left. 6th vote. Tori. That's 1 vote Tori, 1 vote left. The final vote, and the 11th person voted out, and the 4th member of our jury, Tori. Tori, that's 2 votes, that's enough for tonight. You need to bring me your torch. Tori, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. Well, based on the results of tonight, it just shows no matter whether the plan is set in stone, the idol can really change its outcome. Got nothing else for you guys? Grab your stuff and head back to camp. Good night. Well, this sucks. I didn't think Silas had the idol, but he did, and that was the end of me. I thought I was playing a really good game. I thought I was in a really good spot, but I just tried to pull the rug under from Silas, and he pulled the rug out from under me. Sucks I left with the advantage in my pocket, but it's alright. There is a thing on it that says I can give it to someone who's still in the game, and they'll think I will give it to Naomi, but I'm gonna give it to Ace and see how it goes.